Hello champs, boxing students, happy Monday. Back with another lesson for you guys here. Last week we did a lot of moving footwork, we played a lot with the jab, so this week I really want us to work on using our crosses and bent arm punches, and more specifically developing power in those punches using our hips and generating torque by moving our feet and our bodies the correct way, okay? Before we get into that though, I want you guys to get warmed up, get a good stretch in. Then for conditioning this week, I want you to focus on legs, okay? So for the first minute, try to give me some body squats. Just do as many as you can in a minute. Make sure you're keeping your feet and shoulders parallel. So if you were to draw an imaginary line from your toes to your shoulders, they should be pretty straight, okay? Bend your knees down, keep your chest proud, and then squeeze back up as you drive your feet into the ground, okay? Again, spend 1 minute doing as many body squats as you can, okay? After that one, then I want you to alternate doing lunges. So if you were at home and you had limited space, you could do this on one spot. I like to keep my hands on my hips. I'll step forward with one foot, bend my knees down, again, keeping my chest up, and then driving off the floor and pushing my body back. Now I'll step with the other foot, drive down, push off the floor, come back to where I started. Okay, keep alternating your lunges for 1 minute after you do your body squats, okay? Now, last one, calf raises. Stand with your feet again, shoulder width apart. Lift up onto the ball of your foot. Hold it for 5 seconds, come down. Lift, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then come down, okay? Keep repeating that for 1 minute. So, just to recap for your conditioning, 1 minute of body squats, 1 minute of alternating lunges, and then 1 minute of calf raises, okay? If you need to pause the video, go ahead and do so. Pause it now. Good job. Now, getting into turning our hips for boxing. So, on the cross, when we throw our back hand, we want to turn and pivot on our hip and the ball of our foot. You might be wondering why I have socks on. I want you guys to try this one with socks, especially at home. If you're on carpet or hardwood floor, it's just gonna help you turn your foot a little easier, okay? Now, the idea is when I turn my hip, I wanna turn my shoulder. So I'm gonna practice from my stance, turning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? Then I'm gonna do the same thing, but as I turn now, I'm gonna throw the punch, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? Now, after I warmed up the back side of my hip, then I'm gonna warm up the lead side. So I'm gonna work with the hook, but first, I just wanna turn my foot and turn my shoulder, okay? So 1, turn, come back. 2, turn, come back. 3, 4, 5, okay? Now, the next 5, I'll add the hook into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? Now, what I wanna do next is put it together, okay? So, I'm gonna turn my back hip first, then my front hip. That'll be 1 repetition. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? Now I'll add the punches to go with it. We're gonna go with cross, lead, hook, okay? Turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? Now, if you have a heavy bag, you can do that same drill with the punches on the bag. Try to do each one for about a minute, okay? If not, just shadow box it like we just did, then we can move on to the next part, okay? Last thing I want you to work on throwing jab, cross, hook, cross, okay? As you're doing that 4-count combo, I really want you to focus on turning those hips, okay? Again, if you're doing this one at home and you got socks on and you're on the carpet or on a hardwood floor, it might make it a little easier to turn your feet, okay? So practice jab, cross, hook, cross, okay? Make sure you're turning those hips, especially on the cross and the lead hook, okay? We'll work more on it this week in class. If you've got any questions, please leave them in the comments. We'll see you soon.